Aloha, welcome to GRTV. Out here on the end of Waikiki, this is Diamond Head. Majestic sights and a collection of surfers as well to view while I express myself. And I might even make my way down there at the beach towards the end of the video. Lovely scene. So I'm going to express 10 points, 10 red flags that you're pursuing somebody for the wrong reason. So number one is that you're in a lower chakra situation. I always repeat this, but it's because it's the easiest way to tell. If you're hungry, if you're thirsty, if you need transportation, if you need monetary income, if you need housing, if you need your sexual desires, they need to be met, if you need your sense of empowerment or comfort, and that has to do with loneliness, which I'll get into in point 2. But if any of these things aren't met, then you're going to gravitate towards other people to meet these desires. So that's why you really have to activate your basic chakras on a regular basis, and in turn you will have control over yourself. You'll be able to control what goes on in your life and not give others the opportunity to control you because they can like feed and give you energy for your lower, to activate your chakras. Of course, then they would in turn manipulate you with that opportunity. It's kind of a psychological power, right? By the way, that is the lighthouse. We'll be doing some light work in a little bit, but it's a nice metaphor for brightening the way. In my case, I do. It's an active meditation where I'm brightening the mind. But you can see the sun expressing itself upon the waves here. It's just a real edge of the world type of experience here. So yeah, number 2 is if you feel like that person will comfort you or satisfy your loneliness, that is a red flag. That is an indication that the person, it has to do with you, right? It's all about you and what's the collection of thoughts in your head. It's not about the other person. It's about what your mind thinks it needs, and then you'll either attract that through law of attraction, programming that you have in your mind, or you'll be in these like okay, so when I say feeling comfort or loneliness, what I'm describing is this idea of that can be satisfied not sexually. This is something different. This is a sense of like, you're emotional, and you might encounter situations in which you say to somebody that you might be attracted to romantically, you might say, I feel emotional around you, and it's like maybe it's because they are a good seductive person, and they might not even be doing so intentionally. But I'll get into that point at number 3, the concept of seduction. But the point in 2 is this idea of the instant you say that person makes you feel good or comfortable or not lonely, that could be a red flag. That should not be the basis for your love. Number 4, I'll get into the concept of basis of love. But number 3, I want to get on that point. Okay, I want to get on the idea of when somebody is seductive, you might think that only certain people can seduce you of certain age ranges or only people who you're physically attracted to, but that's just not the case. There are seductive people who are able to use their words to make you feel good and make you feel, they kind of, what they do is they find out what you are longing for or what type of compliments you want, and then they provide them to you, and that gives them kind of an angle to target you in a soul spiritual level. And remember, guys, we're talking about soul right here. All right, this is serious. This isn't, another fun video about, let's be positive. This is like life and death. This is like a prostitute. They have to separate their emotions from their body, their soul from their body, and their energy from their body, and then objectify their body, and then in turn they may never recover and be able to experience love and being a human. And you expend that energy. That energy gets burned away by giving it to people who are not your dream mate, who are your non-dream mate, by giving it to people who you don't care about or respect, just because you want to seduce them, and that's all ego and desire based. It's not love, obviously. But like I said, number 4, I want to get into this idea of love. How is it actually defined? And I'm always adding to the definition of love. I feel I have a very contemporary and advanced and obviously ever expanding definition of it. Why don't we take a walk down here, by the way, try to catch the sunset and just get a feel for the ocean. If you'd bear with me for 1 second here, just take a few deep breaths, and I'm gonna make my way down for number 4 here. And yes, I'm gonna give you the ultimate, or should I say, my most current definition of love. So, it recently occurred to me that you can't say you love somebody. You can't. The only way to approach love is by saying that. What can we do to generate love? Love is a sensational experience that is a result of doing activities together, not sexual activities, but rather playful or unique activities that are kind of unique to you. Just make my way down here for a moment. So what are those activities? Hold on, guys. Hold on. That's funny. A couple of guys over here. Let them make their way. Try to catch the sunset, guys. Good timing for my shot.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch the sunset.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, so love. Love is, you love yourself. You feel a sense of love when you've activated all 3 chakras, your needs, desires, wants, and you can be playful, but it's a specific form of play. It's not really a child's play of just exploring and having fun, but it's more of a hobby type of play. It's an intentional play where you're deciding that, this is what I want to, this is what I want to do. Like, this is oftentimes you feel love when you're doing something that you feel is contributing to the community beyond yourself, or perhaps it is something that's for yourself, but it's like a discipline, and it's an activity that you do, and the way to generate the sensation of love is to do this activity with other people, okay? And so, guys. Oh, look, there's a cotton tree there. That's nice. So, yes, when this red flag number 4, if you say you love someone, that's not true. It's often when people say that, it just means that you're lusting over them, or you want them to meet your lower chakra desires or comfort you. So it's inauthentic in terms of what is wanting to be expressed. Just like I'll say number 5. Number 5 is this idea. It's like the approach to love. It's like are you approaching it by going to a nightclub and under the auspices of wanting to dance and enjoy music, or are you going there under the auspices of wanting to have fun, or are you doing it under the hope to feel good, or drink alcohol, get distracted from life, or to find love? Like, it's not Zen. All these inefficient ways that people approach love, or a desire to have a lifetime loving relationship, life partner. Like, so that's point 5. That's this idea that, you know, be efficient in it. Be efficient in the approach. Like, how many seconds does it take to select somebody on an online dating, right? You can determine maybe even 1 second just by glancing at the person. In public, even if you're in a big crowd of 50 or 100, it still might take you, 5 seconds, a few minutes of talking, and then you're still trying to get them to reveal more personal subjects, which are all readily available on internet dating profiles. And if you make your own, by the way, which I'll get into in point 6, if you don't have your own dating profile, that's a red flag that you're just hoping or wishing or wanting for something good to happen. I'll cover that in point 6, but yeah, point 5 is the idea of the placement. Like, where are you meeting, where are you meeting these people? And so yeah. Number 6 is how to set up a profile, and date. And this is all assuming that you want to, in fact, be married. A lot of people, in fact, this will be my point 6, and then point 7 will be the cautioning red flag, of inefficiencies in the dating. But this other red flag is, do you even want it? Like, some people just do it because they think they're socially obligated, or this is a big one, they feel badly for the other person and want to make them feel good with sexual activity, and that's not the most efficient or Zen way to make somebody happy. Happiness is correlated with truth, not being controlled by lust and desires. Okay. And remember, there's a distinction between happiness and joy. Happiness is something where it's a moment, a temporary, like, positive experience. It's where you might have a special event or whatnot. But joy, okay, joy is when you really feel like you're in control of your life and you're going in the direction you want to. So you don't want anyone to interfere with that, and anyone who's your dream mate will essentially they'll essentially take your energy. They'll take your energy away from you. So, in the name of controlling your energy, I mean, just like, for example, just there, Zen, right? Zen might be, I could have featured those ladies in bikinis. I could have featured, but I chose not to, because Zen is you watch my intellectual discussion, perhaps comment, and then perhaps watch some adult entertainment separately. So all right, so number 6, actually I mean number 7. So the most efficient way to pursue online dating, okay, once you know this is what you want, you know whether or not you want to have kids, you want how to raise them. And by the way, that's such an important factor, children, because like how you raise somebody you care about, you're going to be quite selective. And how you're going to say, let's say you have a wife, and would you let them feed certain foods to your child, as an example, right? So important stuff, and it allows you to, even if you don't want to have kids, it allows you to have a perspective about how you're going to approach the world. And so you want to set up your profile in such a way that it doesn't, here's red flag number 7, that it doesn't want or hope or wish for anything, but rather it knows. It is like, this is who my dream mate is, this is who I am, these are who my dreams. They're not, there's no, negotiation. And so even if you're, say, physically attracted to somebody, it's still not going to be an influential factor in you deciding that, oh, you know what, this person is maybe, hopefully they'll like me. No, it's either they like your dreams or they don't. Either they love your dreams or they don't. You can't love a person, you can only love their dreams, because dreams are what are used to generate the sensation of love. So you set up your online profile, right? You make it so it's, yeah, man, look at that, just perfect sky. So you set up your online profile so it's true to you, and you'll actually get excited. You'll get excited. Oh, you know what? You want to have definitives in this profile. You want to have, like, I'm absolutely want this, I absolutely want a pet, or I don't want a pet. And on a side note, on pets and certain hobbies, I think, and even stuff like drinking alcohol or anything that affects the libido, like even pursuing multiple partners, it affects the libido. So why would you want to affect your libido and have even a slightly less interest in sexual activity? That's, so protect that. It's sacred sexuality. And by the way, be cautious, because certain people, they use, whoa, look at that. They use sexuality and then they combine it with, some people call it like tantrikas, or it's a nice word for prostitute. But they kind of combine these spiritual and then terms in order to seduce somebody, like say that they're sacred, and then people get kind of caught up in that wording, the seductress, right? And then guess what happens? They fall prey, because when you allow your emotions, okay, when you allow yourself to be emotional around people, what occurs is you end up being vulnerable to them. It's almost like as if you're opening your third chakra and allowing them to come in, for example. But continuing on, I already got a lot of points out there. Let's see if I can't get a few more. Okay, I already generated one. This is point 8. So it's the idea of obsession. Now, obsession is a red flag. And like another term is hungry, like you're hungry for somebody. Red flags. Okay, these mean that there's something missing in you, and if you actually look at these people that you're attracted to, you may find that they're not actually that attractive, or you might find that like they're not as physically healthy, and then I'll get into that in point 9. But again, it's this idea of obsession. Like, would you want somebody to be obsessed with you? Certainly not. Would you want somebody to be would you want somebody to just, I mean, maybe, right? Maybe. But the question is, would you want them to like need you, or would you want them to just want to share their life with you and dreams, and then in turn, because of that, develop a codependency? Like, for example, the husband works hard, so the wife might help him relax and stay calm, and so in that way he's giving her power over him to relax him, and then she's giving him power over her to be the breadwinner, take care of the basic needs. By the way, as we know, love is when people are, regardless of the health and wealth, they're still interested and excited about each other. Even if they were in a wheelchair, for example, you'd be just enthusiastic to push them around. Beautiful location here. This is Black Point, Diamond Head. Let's check out this view over here. These nice beachfront homes. So that's a lot of points already. I'll try to generate an additional one. All right, let's see what's going on over here. Gonna, one moment while I place my things down. And why don't we take a few deep breaths, relaxing, breathing, relaxing. Oh, I got number 10. This one's juicy. This is good. In fact, yeah, let's finish number 9. Number 9 was concerning health. Like, a reason, if you like somebody who's not as healthy or as attractive as you, I'm not saying that that's like a critical factor, but if they're not as healthy, you should question, well, why would I want to be with somebody who has a shorter lifespan than me? Like, and that was definite, probable to die before me. Like, want to have somebody with a similar lifespan. That's a red flag. But here's the number 10 one. This one I really like. It's that you want to keep it secret. When you want to keep something secret, that's a bad thing. Not necessarily to do with monetary income, or maybe you don't want to tell somebody that you're, sick or suffering because you don't want them to feel empathetic towards you. But in terms of marriage and true love, it's something that people want to share, confidently, and not in such a way that public displays of affection, like wanting to make make their. Okay, I'm gonna try to get up here. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's try to get this view here. Not in the sense that you. And by the way, some people will say that, they may sincerely not have time, but some people will say that my videos are too long, I should make them brief. I think in part that might be because they're just not interested in the subject. So if you reach this far, you're probably valuing marriage, and it's, you know, important to you that it shows. It's, you know, it shows to you that, you know, what's, you know, and it's obviously it's an experience of power to wait for marriage, wait for the right person. The ego will tell you it's powerful to just seduce and be seduced by whoever you want, but that's certainly not the case. But the point being is, and by the way, all this out here, all this houses and bodies and cars, it just means nothing compared to who we are. We are the unified field of light. We are all that is. You know, we are the underlying energy that supports and is the construct for everything else. That is who we are, okay? Stuff that animates us, consciousness. That's us, all right? So breathe in that, reassured, repeat that to yourself in a mirror, just like saying I am God 100 times. It will affect your mind and it will nourish your soul as a reminder of who we are. But again, you know, it's a courageous, powerful move to exercise self-control and wait for the right person. And so number 10, okay, that you want to hide it, that you don't want to talk about it, that you just want to pursue it secretly. That is just such a cautioning. It should be a warning to yourself that it's not genuine, it's not love. And by the way, the idea of marriage, it's like it's a marriage ceremony. Is that kiss more sacred than sexual activity? And people engage in sex before marriage? Like, think about it. You know, you don't even need to have intercourse. You can just talk to somebody online. You can even do a mutual masturbation video. You can discuss with them what their libido is. All of that stuff. And all this stuff will talk about, oh, you need to have experience. Like, right, we need to know how to use our sexual functions. Yeah, right. All right, so just trying to dispel all these myths and red flags that will distract people and interfere with you and your dreams and your consequently your dream mate, your soulmate. So number 10, again, if you're trying to hide it, if you're not telling anybody about it, if you're not questioning it, red flag.